Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel like once other people know that you're at the bottom of the food chain, they know that they can kick you around and disrespect you and treat you like trash and get away with it. I'll use two examples of my own. Firstly, I was hoping to hang out with Fred. It has been an hour and 8 minutes since we originally planned to hang out, and he has not yet responded. He may be busy, he may have things to do, but the thing is, he's going to hang out with some other friends this Friday and probably next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as well. Something like that. And I'm rather sure that he will communicate to them if he is able to go or not. Which he will. He has made time. Now, we haven't been able to link up today like I was hoping. I don't think we're going to link up at all. What annoys me is that I have to wait for his response, which may take a few hours, maybe more, maybe a day, for him to tell me, sorry, I wasn't able to make it. If you cannot show up to something, if we agree on something and you can't do it, just tell me, okay, cool, good. Yes, I'm able to figure it out if you don't respond. But that's still kind of insulting. If I can't make it to something him and I plan, I will tell him. I will tell him right away, hey, I can't make it. And he used to tell me too, but recently he's just started to not do that. Just leaves me on red, and it's like I've already been left on red by 3 females. I don't need to be left on red by someone who I considered to be a close friend. I don't need to get slapped in the face anymore by life. Like, I kind of feel like he's just. I feel like he's noticing that I'm not really going anywhere and I'm stagnant. That I'm on a lower level than him, so he just kind of, he just says, Trash Panda, he can wait. He's fine. He won't mind. This is one of my friends, by the way. Someone I considered a close friend. The other thing is related to work. Everyone else I know, they are, they're looking for work, or they've already found work and they just have to wait to get assigned to a site, so they have the rest of December off. They have the choice to, go to work for who they would like to. Granted, they do have experience too, which helps. Me, no such thing. Decompression, relaxing, not allowed. I worked for a company previously. I'm going to call the owner Rob. That's a stand-in name. He didn't pay me. I worked 3 months, including overtime. For 3 weeks, I worked overtime. 11 to 12 hours every day, 6 days a week. I was paid nothing. And guess what? I learned nothing. I did the easiest, dumbest stuff. Like cutting pipe, punching holes in boxes, cleaning up the trash, sealing up holes with sealant. Something any moron could do. Granted, I was not very skilled, but I didn't learn shit. I didn't learn a damn thing. And I earned 0 cents. There was this other guy, this apprentice. He came about a month after me into the company. He was paid right on the spot. Rob told me, right, in my first week or so, he said, this is not a charity. I will pay you when I think you are capable and you are worthy of payment. Essentially, that's what he said. Apparently, this new apprentice, apparently he was worth it right off the bat. He didn't have any experience either. He also did not have any related experience. But he got paid right off the bat, somehow. Don't know why, but he did. I got nothing. And now I'm being told Hey, you're staying at home all the time. You're not doing anything. You're useless. Get to work. Ideally, you should be working 7 days a week, but if you can't do that, get to work. This Rob guy, you talk to him immediately, and if he doesn't answer, we're going to go find him, and you're going to go and work for him again. It's been 3 days since I finished. Could you at least give me 4 or 5 days just to chill out a little bit? You realize I technically have the rest of my life to find work, no? I also had a few companies of my own in mind to apply to, but I guess that's not happening. Nope, because I don't get to make decisions around here. I just get to get kicked around and work for people who clearly think I'm trash and not worthy of being respected. Not even a cent. Not even like, yeah, like even if you'd paid me like $3 an hour, which is excuse, which is obviously illegal. Like that still would have meant something. It's like, hey, it's $3 an hour. It's not really money at all, but I'm still getting paid. Like I worked overtime for you. I could have learned something. You didn't teach me anything. And this new guy who comes in a month after I come in, who has no experience, who knows nothing, you pay him right away. So like, what am I? Just a free labor to get shuffled around? Is this funny? Yes, I'm aware my mechanical skills suck. One of the other companies I have in mind, right? An apprentice came in, kind of like me, right? Kind of, co-op, whatever. They paid her. She didn't know shit, and they paid her. So, what's that say about this Rob guy? But again, I don't have a choice because, if I don't work, then I'm not going anywhere in life, and I'm going to fail. So yeah, even if the boss is kind of a dick, yeah, go work for him. Kind of reminds me how we excess men have been treated historically. Like Spartacus, he was a Thracian gladiator. One day he just decided, you know what, you Romans are dicks. I've been fighting for you guys. I've been entertaining you guys, right? I've had enough. I've had enough. Screw this. And a bunch of other slaves joined him. Well, the Romans decided, yeah, you know what? You got to know your place. And after Spartacus was dead, they captured all the remaining rebel slaves, rebel gladiators, and crucified them. Might have lit them on fire too, but I know they were all crucified, if not killed. That's what happens to excess men when we finally decide, I've had enough. Sorry, know your place, and we just get crushed and pressed down all over again. And, of course, when we were growing up, we were lied to, we were told, right, sold this dream. Oh, well, if you just work hard enough, you'll be so great and you'll have a nice life and a wife and kids and a, house with a white picket fence and a dog and a fancy car, maybe two, and vacations, twice or 3 times a year to like Fiji or something. We know what we are. We know you'll never really see us as one of you. I'm pretty sure we excess men will always be disrespected and just forgotten on some level, right? Again, the example of Spartacus. We were either slaves or we were serfs, so peasants, or we were just conscripts. Either way, we were just warm bodies to throw into the fire to be used. That was us. That's been us for as long as we can remember. Just certain time periods and certain nations allowed us to make something of ourselves a little more. Like, again, the Vikings. A lot of the Vikings who left were kind of excess men. They couldn't find a partner. Farming failed, so they just screw it. I'm hopping on a boat and going to go see the world. But for most of history, we were just nobodies. And no one cared if we lived or died. They don't now either. Just, they dress it up in this whole veneer of modern, morality and, oh, we care so much about you and, here's some government assistance and blah, blah, blah. Just like you still don't give a shit. You're just keeping us alive so you don't look like dicks and you can inflate your own egos about how righteous you are. right? Like the other day I was in Toronto. There's homeless people there. They're sleeping by the vents, because the vents emit, warm air or whatever to keep themselves from freezing to death because it's cold. That's us. We're them. You think anyone cared about them? No, people just stepped over them or walked by or whatever. And it's like, why don't you fucking help them? Are they not people too? Aren't they? And then you realize that you could end up as one of them, and that in a way we are them. We just have a roof over our head and 9 meals a day. Well, not 9 meals a day, sorry, 3 meals a day. That's the only difference between us and them. Otherwise, no one gives a shit about them. No one gives a shit about us either. The only difference between us and them is literally infrastructure, and it's just like insulting, Like they're designing stuff like benches in some cities so these guys cannot sleep there. Why? Really? Yeah, that goes to show you what the average person thinks of us. Nothing. We're nothing. We're no one. We're either a walking bag of taxes, or we're just supposed to shut up and do our work. That's it. That's about it. I mean, I think a lot of us know this, but events like what have happened to me recently, or more accurately today, they really just hammer the point home that we're not wanted, that we're not anybody, and our only job is to contribute economically. Otherwise, go away, get out of here, bye bye. Go back to your little cell in your house and go play games, Wagey. Get back in KG tomorrow. Humans are ultimately hierarchical. And if they smell that you're weak, if they see that you're a sub 5 or a loser or just a nobody, then they kick you around. Whether you're a loser excess man like me, like a lot of you guys watching, or homeless, right? Or hooked on drugs or whatever, the end result is the same. We're all just a bunch of poor sods, part of the same group. And, we mostly just exist to be stepped on and then thrown away when we're not useful anymore. And it's just like, so why did you lie? Why didn't you just tell us this? Because maybe we could have made some plans around it. Maybe we'd have a little peace and quiet by now. That's all we want, isn't it? If you don't like us, leave us alone. Let us have some peace. Let us have some quiet. Let us just chill. Let us be able to enjoy what little that we're able to. What little we have. But, you gotta show up and clock in and sell your life away for corporations, which are increasingly being run by oligarchs who don't really care about you at all, and they're gonna make robots to replace you. We already just sit here and take it, and now they don't even see us as worthy enough to keep around. They're gonna replace us with metal. Metal and plastic and silicon. That's how worthless we are to them. WALL-E is more valuable to the system than us. And if you think the common folk are going to sympathize, no, they won't. I'm not necessarily trying to claim victimhood here. I'm just saying it's just other people will realize rather quickly that you're subpar, and they will tear you apart and treat you like trash and bully you, so on and so forth. That's, in a way, that's just natural human behavior, but it's still very insulting. And it's just like, come on, just admit it. Just admit it. Who's gonna? I don't know if you've had any similar experiences like this, just feel free to shout them out in the comments. Although this video will probably get like 50 views in like a week tops, so. Well, I'm just gonna go back to being kicked around now.